Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's The Heart of Possible with Generative AI. My name is Joshua Komolafe, EDIH AI Training Research Coordinator, and today I will be taking you through the session where we focus on the use of GenAI to streamline reporting with ChatGPT, Claude, RPA, and spreadsheets, from sales to sustainability. And I have with me my colleague, Rish, who will be answering your questions in the chat. In line with our agenda for today, we will begin with an introduction to AI-powered streamlined reporting, exploring how artificial intelligence is transforming the way we create and manage reports. We will then move on to understanding the AI-powered reporting landscape, examining current tools and technologies shaping this space. Our third segment will focus on ChatGPT and apps script integration or spreadsheet automation, where we will demonstrate practical applications for automating routine reporting tasks. Following this, we will explore narrative generation for reporting, showing how AI can transform raw data into coherent, readable stories. Moving forward, we will discuss streamlining KPI dashboards and project tracking reports, providing you with hands-on techniques to enhance your reporting efficiency. Then we will delve into integrating generative AI with robotic process automation for reporting, showcasing how these technologies can work together seamlessly. In our seventh segment, we will cover AI-powered reporting best practices, ensuring you understand the do's and don'ts of implementing these solutions. Finally, we will conclude with key takeaways, summarizing the essential points and providing actionable steps for implementation. Throughout the session, please feel free to post your questions in the chat. My colleague Rich will be monitoring and responding to ensure all your queries are addressed. Let's take note of this disclaimer. The EDIH program is co-funded by the European Commission and Enterprise Ireland. However, any views or opinions expressed today are my own and do not necessarily reflect those of our funders. Any generative AI applications shown are for demonstration purposes only and do not imply endorsement. Now, let me introduce you to the transformative role of AI in streamlined reporting by addressing a fundamental challenge in today's business environment. In our current data-driven world, organizations face a significant order of manual reporting processes, which consumes valuable time and resources. Many businesses find themselves caught in a circle of repetitive, error-prone reporting tasks that ultimately slow down decision-making and strategic initiatives. This brings us to the compelling business case of AI-powered reporting. Now, let me break down the key advantages that make this technology transformational. Firstly, it brings about enhanced pace and efficiency because AI significantly accelerates reporting processes, reducing what might take days into hours or even minutes. This time saving allows teams to focus more on strategic activities. Secondly, it brings about improved accuracy and reduced human error. By automating data processing and validation, AI minimizes the risk of mistakes that often occur in manual reporting, and this leads to more reliable insights and better decision-making. Thirdly, it brings about consistent quality. AI ensures that reports maintain the same high standard every time, eliminating variations that often occur with manual processing. Fourthly, it brings about scalable and repeatable workflows, which is once established, AI-powered reporting systems can handle increasing volumes of data without requiring proportional increases in resources. And finally, enhanced strategic focus is another key benefit of AI in report writing because by automating routine reporting tasks, teams can dedicate more time to analyzing insights and developing strategic recommendations. This transformation isn't just about automation, it's about fundamentally changing how organizations approach reporting to drive better business outcomes. Now it's time to explore the AI-powered reporting landscape, which follows a systematic flow from raw data to actionable insights. The process begins with raw data collection, which then undergoes machine learning processing, structure and clean the information. This processed data moves through natural language processing systems, which help translate complex data patterns into understandable language. The analytics layer then extracts meaningful insights, ultimately producing human readable reports. On the tools side, we have several key technologies enabling this transformation. ChatGPT leads the way in natural language processing, making report generation and analysis more intuitive. Claude also serves as an advanced AI assistant, specializing in complex data interpretation and insight generation. For workflow automation, robotic process automation handles repetitive tasks efficiently. And finally, AppScript provides seamless integration within Google Workspace, connecting all these elements into a cohesive reporting system. This ecosystem of tools and processes works together to transform raw data into clear, actionable business insights. Now, let me walk you through an innovative workflow that combines ChatGPT and AppScript to automate spreadsheet reporting, using monthly sales performance summaries as our practical example. The process follows a three-step workflow. First, ChatGPT generates the necessary AppScript code based on our reporting requirements. This is where the AI's coding abilities come into play, creating customized scripts that match our specific needs. In the second step, AppScript takes over, processing the generated code and executing the automated workflows. This middle layer handles all the data manipulation and calculation logic. Finally, in step three, these processes are applied directly to our spreadsheets, which automatically analyze the data and generate comprehensive reports. This final stage delivers the polished, ready-to-use monthly sales summaries. Now, let me demonstrate this in action with a monthly sales performance example, showing how these technologies work together to transform what was once a manual, time-consuming process into an automated, efficient system. Now, let's just quickly delve into a practical session where I showcase that to us. Now, I have here my Google Drive. So what I would do is I would move an Excel sheet, I'll copy an Excel sheet to the Google Drive. I'm copying from a folder on my laptop and I'm pasting it on the Google Drive. So what I would do now is to open this with Google Sheets. So the format is originally in an Excel format, but I want to access it in a spreadsheet for effective use. So the file is now in a spreadsheet. So what I would do now is I would go to ChatGPT. I have a prompt already written here. Write an effective Google App script for generating reports for units sold in Google Sheets that does the following. So what I would do is I would also attach the I would also attach the file, the Excel file anyway. It could be the spreadsheet as well. But yeah, I'm attaching the Excel file. It's uploading and I will hit the enter button. So it's going to generate a code that is going to be imputed into the app script. Okay, so the prompt I imputed was a prompt of units sold, but the data set that I have imputed has to do with deal value and not units stored. So it's asking if whether the deal value represents units totals or should be converted to units using a standard pricing units. So I'll just ask it for the sake of this demonstration. So because going forward, we'll get to see why we need best practice prompts that are very relevant to your own use case. So it's important that I let us know that these prompts are not always one size fits all. You have to tailor it to your own specific use case. So now we'll go ahead and ask it to tailor the prompt to the data set. So I've asked you to tailor the prompt that I have given to the data set, and now it has a better clarification of what is expected. So it will go ahead and generate a Google App script code, which is now doing, as you can see. So the code is still being generated. And when it's done, we are going to copy the code and you would see the next steps. So what we are going to do now is we are going to copy this code here. So when we copy it, we go to the Google spreadsheet. We click on extensions. So you can see over here, we only have one tab. So we go to app script over here. And we are going to clean whatever we have written here. We clean it, then we'll paste afresh the code we generated. We click on save here. Then we click on the run button. So it's running the code to understand what the code entails. So it's asking for permission. So if you are doing this for the first time, it's going to require permission from you. I'm granting it permission. Continue. So the execution has started now, and when it's done, it's going to give a notification that it's complete. So just to go back to the data set to help us have an understanding of the data set. Okay, so yeah, so the code has already been executed, execution completed. That was why we had that pop-up. So now we can see a quarterly sales report. So from the prompt we gave to generate the code, we asked for report on just one quarter, which is quarter one of 2025, and the total deal value is this. Average deal value he stays, and the max weekly deal value he stays in euros. So for quarter one, this is what it is. So you can further enhance the prompt to provide for quarter one, quarter two, and so on, as maybe it's suitable to your own use case. So for now, we would leave the app script demo just to quickly give us an oversight of how that works. Now it's time to explore how AI transform raw data into compelling narratives across different business reporting contexts. Narrative generation has become a game changer in three key areas. First, in sales report narratives, where AI can convert complex sales data into clear story-driven reports that highlights key trends, successes, and areas for improvement. Instead of just presenting numbers, it creates a coherent story about your sales performance. Secondly, for financial summaries also, AI can translate intricate financial data into accessible narratives that stakeholders at all levels can understand. It takes balance sheets and profit and loss statements and turns them into clear, contextual stories about the company's financial health. Thirdly, in sustainability narratives, AI helps organizations communicate their environmental and social impact effectively. It can weave together sustainability metrics, initiatives, and outcomes into compelling narratives that resonate with stakeholders and demonstrate corporate responsibility. This technology doesn't just summarize data, it creates meaningful stories that drive understanding and action across these crucial business areas. Now, let's quickly take a look at a demo on these three different use cases. So first, we'll look at the sales one over here, and I'm going to upload the same data sets that we had used earlier on. I'm going to upload the same data set now. And I have it here, sales reports narration data set. And I'm going to run it. So you can see the prompt, analyze the following sales data from quarter one 2025 and write a 300 sales performance narrative. Include key metrics like revenue, top performing regions or products, pipeline conversion rate, and reasons for underperformance. Present insights in a business professional tone. Briefly explain key terms from the data and use visual charts where applicable. So here we have a sales performance narrative, starting with an overview, showcasing top performing regions and products. So Germany is leading and followed closely by Ireland and Spain. And on the product side, so the kind of products they sell are Marketing Hub, Analytics Suite, and Automation Pro, and so on. So it's also giving insight into the product that sold the most. We have other key insights. Also, we have terms explained. We have recommendations given. And it helps those who have non-technical knowledge in this area to understand the key terms, like what does pipeline conversion rate means? What does closed one mean? Qualification, proposal, negotiation. So this is just for a demo purpose only. In your own realistic use case, you will have to enhance the prompts better. You can copy the same prompt, paste it to ChatGPT, ask it to further enhance this prompt for best possible results. You can upload the dataset alone and ask the large language model to give you a number of prompts that can enable it generates the best possible insights for your use case. So we can further ask the large language model, ChatGPT especially, has the ability to make the reports downloadable in a Word format. Make the reports download in a Word format. So it's going to put it in a Word format and you know making it downloadable. If you noticed, I think one of the prompts was you should give visual charts where applicable. You can further reiterate to it that there were no visual charts made available. You want it. So large language models are not perfect. At times, you might need to reiterate a particular prompt in order for it to catch it. And that's why there's always a need for a human in the prompt in the loop, monitoring the performance of large language models and not just copying and pasting outputs. Now, let's have a look at the downloaded reports. So here we have a downloadable version of the report, and you can further go into this and analyze and see where it has probably over exaggerated or stated something that sounds too good to be true. Cross-checking the figures as well in the original data set to be sure that there are no lapses in the output. So like I said, let's wait for it to visualize the report. So it's analyzing. So I was using ChatGPT earlier in the day and it was having some lapses. I think maybe they were doing some upgrade or there were just too many people using that at the time. But I noticed some. So most times it will provide the usual. Like I said, it's been encountering some lapses earlier in the day when I was trying to use ChatGPT. O- Over here, we can change. Okay. So we can switch to maybe a different model. Let's switch to this if it's going to provide a better response. So you can also switch in between models as well, especially if you have the paid version. So let's see if it provides a better output now. So like I said earlier, large language models are not perfect. There is always a need for human reviewers of large language model outputs. So it's taking some time to analyze now. While we are waiting on that, we'll come back to that. So here we have some visualizations. Now you can see that it's now visualizing. So at times there's a need to compare and contrast with different models within a particular provider or different providers. But over here now, we can see that there's now a visualization. And you can see from the report earlier, it said the ISO was Germany, followed closely by Highland, which corresponds. So we can ask it to incorporate these as well into a report. So we'll come back to that. Um, let's have a look at our next use case, which is for the finance domain. So we'll upload a data set containing some finance information, this data set here, and we will input this prompt. It's loading the data set. Now it's done loading. Now we can hit the enter button. And this is the prompt. Analyze the following financial data from Q1 2025. Generate a summary of key financial metrics, including revenue, gross margin, operating income, and cash position. So these are terms that will be more familiar to those in the finance domain. So that is why we have picked different use cases from different sectors or different domains. While it's analyzing, let's go back and look at this. So it has imputed this chart over here in a downloadable Word document, and let's see if this is accurate. Now we can see that it has imputed the chart into the document. Germany first, followed closely by Highland. Let's go back to check on this. So it has generated a financial summary executive report. These are the key financial metrics, variance analysis against budget. There are no explicit budget data columns provided in the data set. So a variance analysis could not be conducted. So in the case of this data set, there were no budget data included. In someone in the finance domain's own particular use cases where this column is available, then it can compute figures for that. So it has a narrative on financial performance drivers as well. So you can further enhance the output by based on someone in the finance domain and based on what you would expect in the report, you can further ask it to impute those requirements inside the report and then ask for a final downloadable format. Now let's look at the sustainability use case where we have a prompt as well, and we'll upload a data set containing information about sustainability of a particular company. So it's done uploading the data set, and we are going to hit the enter button. And let's quickly have a look at the prompt. Analyze the following ESG data for 2024 and generate a comprehensive narrative summary suitable for use in Irish sustainability disclosures. So in the prompt, you have to streamline it to the disclosures that are relevant in your own particular jurisdiction. So based on the provided ES data for 2023 and 2024, here's a comprehensive narrative summary aligned with GRI standards and tailored for CSRD aligned sustainability disclosures in the Irish context. So those in the sustainability domain, they will be familiar with the stems, and where, like I said, this is not for someone who is non-professional to use and present as a professional opinion. Those within the sustainability space who are looking to, cut working time, this will be very relevant to them. And, you can see the carbon emissions and energy use reports, workplace diversity and inclusion, governance and compliance, conclusion and outlook. And where a professional requires more information to be imputed or more insights, that can be requested. The prompt can be further enhanced. And finally, you can ask for a PDF format or a Word format that can be downloaded. Next, we'll be looking at another use case. Now let's look at how AI is revolutionizing performance monitoring and project tracking through streamlined KPI dashboards. And we would focus on two critical use cases here. First, business performance reports, where AI helps create dynamic dashboards that provide real-time insight into key business metrics. These dashboards transform complex data sets into clear, actionable visualizations that help decision makers quickly understand company performance. Secondly, key performance index tracking, which offers automated monitoring of key performance indicators. Because instead of manually collecting and updating metrics, AI-powered systems continuously track, update, and alert stakeholders about important changes that might have occurred. The beauty of this is the system lies in its automation. It eliminates the traditional manual processes of gathering data, creating visualizations, and updating tracking sheets. These AI-enhanced dashboards provide always current insight, always allowing teams to focus on strategic decisions rather than report creation. By streamlining these processes, we are enabling organizations to maintain a constant pulse on their performance metrics while significantly reducing the time and effort traditionally required for reporting. Now, let's quickly look at some demo use cases. So I have a business performance dashboard screenshots that I'm going to upload. So where you have your dashboard from, maybe your tools, your business intelligence tools, your dashboard tools that you use, you can take a screenshot of the dashboard like I've done here. And I'll quickly show us how I generated the dashboards or where I got the screenshots for the dashboard from. Let me quickly show that to us. If you attended our last two webinars, you will see how I showcased how you could generate dashboards for data analysis, and I'll show that to us now. If you look at this, so this is where I got the screenshot from. I generated this dashboard based on the data sets that I gave to it. And like I said in our last two webinars, I showcase how you can generate dashboards like this. If you missed the webinar or you don't have the recording, you can request for the recording and I'll send it to you via my email. Now, so I took a screenshot of the dashboard, which is this and this, and I'm going to upload it here. And I'm going to hit the enter button now. So this is the prompt. Please analyze the attached screenshots of this dashboard, summarize the key performance indicators, highlight any trends or anomalies, and provide an interpretation of what the data suggests. If possible, generate a concise summary report that includes the following: overview, key metrics, trends, anomalies, recommendations. And please present the report in clear sections and include bullet points for key insights. Explain what every key metrics and terms means. So here we have an overview of the key metrics. We have key metrics and definitions here. So the overview of the dimensions, the key metrics and definitions over here. We have all of that here. I'm still loading. And one way you can verify if this has been fabricated is to re-upload the data set and the prompts in a new chat entirely, or powering it with another model entirely, or inputting it in another provider entirely. And then you can, judge the judgment based on different models within a particular provider and within 2 or 3 more providers. So yeah, this is a report on the business performance dashboard. So after all of this, you can read through as a professional and then ask for it to be imputed into a PDF format or Word format. And from the Word format, you can edit what you have to put inside the report or what you need to take out. But always make sure that you review anything. There's always a need for a human in the loop. So it's asking if we want it in a PowerPoint slide or executive summary document. The PowerPoint slide function is not so effective at the moment, but let's request for that. Let's request for that and see what it generates. While it's while it's bringing up that, I will be uploading the data set for our next use case. So in this use case, is a project management sample data proper. So mind you, these data sets have been generated synthetically. They are not real life data sets. So in our last webinars as well, I demonstrated how you can generate synthetic data sets. Let's go back to this. Like I said, I don't have much confidence in ChatGPT's PowerPoint generation ability at the moment, but let's see what it is up to while it is generating that. Let's just hit the enter button here. So this is the prompt given. So this data set contains information about a particular project management. So these are the different features: project name, task name assigned to the following persons, start date, days required, and date progress. So this is the prompt we gave. You are a professional project analyst and technical writer. Given the structured project tracking data below, write a comprehensive status report that includes executive summary, progress overview, milestone status, risk and issues, resource utilization, and recommendations. We have our output already, but let's quickly have a look at what's going on here. So, like I said, I don't have much confidence in ChatGPT's ability to generate a PowerPoint slide. So we can see that what that's done here is distorted. But if you tried Claude, large language model, it has a better ability to generate what looks like a PowerPoint, like the dashboards I showed us earlier. So all you have to do is screenshot that, or you just have a look at what the way it has, designed it, and that can give you an inspiration to go design yourself on PowerPoint or on Canva. Now let's go to this. So it has gone ahead to clean the project management data set first and foremost. Then we have the executive summary, the progress overview. So, it has the name of the individuals who are, who have a 100% record. It has the ongoing task, those who are yet to complete their task. It shows those who have tasks that are not yet started. Then, it has the section for milestone status, risk and issues, resource utilization, recommendations. As a project management professional, I am not a trained project management professional, but I've been able to generate this data set and prompt based on research. So as a project management professional, there might be some better insights that you require. All you need to do is to enhance the prompt proper or ask a large language model to combine the previous prompts to any other prompts that you feel would better enhance, or the large language model feels would better enhance the output. So like we've done earlier, all you have to do is to request for a Word document that can be downloaded as well. Now, let me walk you through how we combine generative AI with robotic process automation to create a powerful reporting workflow. I will use a sales reporting example to illustrate this three-step process, but we are not going to do a demo today because of time and because, this is a whole lot of process on its own. But in one of our subsequent webinars, I will be demonstrating this to us. So first, in the context of a sales reporting example, so this is what would happen. Robotic process automation pulls data automatically from various sources, whether that's your CRM or spreadsheets or other business systems. Now, this eliminates the manual work of gathering data from multiple locations. In step two, the system processes this data intelligently. And here's where generative AI comes in, analyzing patterns, identifying trends, and preparing the information for reporting. It can clean data, perform calculations, and structure information meaningfully. Finally, in step three, the system generates a comprehensive report. The AI transforms the processed data into clear, actionable insights, creating professional presentations and narratives automatically. Now, let's look at a practical example. In sales reporting, RP automatically collects data from your systems. The AI processes and analyzes the data to identify key trends and insights, and then generates a complete sales report with visualizations and narrative explanations. What once took hours of manual work now happens automatically, ensuring consistent, timely reporting. So when you look at the previous use case that I gave us with app scripts, with RPA, you wouldn't necessarily need to do all of those. The RPA picks the document from your drive of your email based on the training that has been given to it and does all of these processes. As organizations adopt AI for reporting, it is crucial to establish strong foundations. And this can be done by, first and foremost, defining clear reporting objectives. That is, know what you are measuring and why. Next, select the right tools that fit your team's technical skills and business goals. And equally important also is user adoption, whereby you need to ensure your team is trained and comfortable using these tools. AI should enhance workflows, not complicate them. To stay ahead, implement a cycle of continuous improvement. Also, review and refine your reporting processes regularly and underpin everything with robust governance and ethical guidelines, especially when dealing with sensitive data or automated decision making. These practices help ensure that your AI-powered reporting remains effective, trustworthy, and aligned with your strategic goals. As we wrap up today's session, let's revisit a few key takeaways. First, with generative AI, we can now achieve faster, smarter reporting, reducing time spent on repetitive tasks and increasing our focus on insights. We also saw how GenAI supports automated spreadsheet tasks, streamlining workflows and saving hours of manual input. Through insightful narrative output, AI can turn raw data into meaningful stories that are easy to understand and share. All of this contributes to boosting decision clarity, helping teams act confidently and strategically. But it's not just about the tools. It's important to align those tools with your organizational goals to maximize their impact. And finally, no AI journey is complete without attention to ethics and structure. To always ensure there's a strong foundation of data governance and responsible AI practices in place. With these takeaways in mind, you are better positioned to adopt Gen AI meaningfully in your reporting processes. Remember, there's always a need for a human in the loop and use AI responsibly. Um, so this is the end of our session now, and we will be going into our Q&A session, and I'm sure my colleague Rich has been monitoring the questions in the chat. So I will be stopping the recording here in order to enable everyone to feel free to talk if they want to talk, and in order for us to, openly discuss whatever questions we have in the chat as well.